Hello, and welcome back to Unlocking the Paradigm Portal. My name is Sarah, and I am back on this Saturday evening to talk about something that has quietly happened as I've done more work on myself, and I did not see the side effect coming. And this isn't just me individually. Every human being that I know, that I've spoken with, that has done that deep dive inward, everyone has had this happen. So let's get into it. Healing ruined my ability to pretend. And I don't mean pretend as though I'm lying, but pretend like participating in things that don't feel true anymore. Like, I don't know, polite social pretending that most of us learned was necessary to get along. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. Or laughing when something isn't funny, or saying it's fine when it's absolutely not fine, or agreeing just to keep things smooth and peaceful for other people. What else is it? Nodding along when my entire nervous system is like, I would like to unsubscribe from this experience, please. Now, I used to be very good at that. I was like gold star level, the high honor roll of emotional suppression. I even once, just recently, actually had a whole emotional collapse in front of a doctor who, instead of getting judgy about it because I had just been carrying the weight of the world for too long, and had been processing it, but all of a sudden, everyone that I'd been supporting collapsed. And not literally, mind you, but metaphorically. And all of a sudden, I could see, holy crap, I thought I'd been doing so well at delegating and not taking on so much, but I still had been doing it. And I completely fell apart. And I'm sitting in front of a doctor sobbing, and he looked at me like, when someone looks at you and they're looking deeply into you, and it's almost uncomfortable. And he shocked the hell out of me because all he said was, let it out. You cannot suppress emotions. And I was like, it was startling and shocking. But that's when I realized how freaking good I used to be at suppressing emotions. Well, no more, my friends. There are 0 Fs left in the building. And it feels amazing. And that is a side effect of healing. It's fantastic. It's rising up on what I call the Betty White scale of aging, which is just getting to that point that you reach Betty White status of not giving a shit and being authentic and owning yourself and owning who you like. Well, obviously owning more than yourself, owning your place in the world and your words and everything. And it feels glorious. And with it, you lose some social skills, right? So healing doesn't just give you new tools. It quietly takes some of them away. And that can be a little tough. And there is a grieving process that comes with it. Like, it takes away the ability to fake enthusiasm or tolerate uncomfortable dynamics indefinitely, or stay in conversations that feel draining, or pretend that you don't notice tension, or override your own discomfort to keep things pleasant, Or here's a big one, accept less than your true worth and value. That's a really big one. So suddenly you're sitting somewhere thinking, wow, I do not want to be here. Not in some big dramatic, fireworks kind of way, but just in a very calm, clear way that is somehow more unsettling because you can't gaslight yourself anymore. And when you stop playing the assigned role that you've had for your whole life, whether it's the easy one, the fixer, the peacekeeper, the one who smooths everything over so everyone else stays comfortable, healing doesn't erase your kindness. It just removes your automatic compliance. And when you stop performing that role, people notice, not because you're doing something wrong, but because the system has changed. You stopped volunteering as emotional tech support. And you expect people to stand up for themselves, to hold themselves accountable because you also are holding yourself and them accountable. People don't like it. And the ones who don't will fade out of your life, and good frickin' riddance, right? It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean you don't grieve, but people show you pretty quickly when you set boundaries where they are willing to be a part of your life and where they are not, and thank them for that. Not literally, they're not worth the thank you. But there is an awkward truth with all of this shifting. It's amazing, but it is challenging at times because you start declining things and you start leaving earlier and you stop volunteering and you stop over explaining or absorbing emotional chaos like a sponge, and you become selective. And selective can look suspicious to people who benefited from you being endlessly available previously. You also tend to lose the ability to laugh at things that just aren't funny. And this one is very real. If someone says something that used to make you smile, now your face might go neutral because your body's like, we're not doing fake reactions anymore. That program has been deleted. And you're thinking, wow, social life is different now. And again, when you stop laughing at things that you don't find funny, there's a ripple effect, and you will directly in that moment see the other person's face when they realize you're not playing along anymore. And it can feel like you became maybe less fun, but you didn't. You just stopped performing. And there's a difference. You're not less warm. You're not less willing to abandon yourself to keep everyone else comfortable. You didn't lose your personality. You lost your tolerance for bullshit. I want to say that again because even saying it felt powerful. You didn't lose your personality. You lost your tolerance for bullshit. I was going to say nonsense, but bullshit feels better. And with that, there is this quiet freedom. And it's kind of the unexpected part because it's really peaceful. It's not some big, loud, dramatic freedom. It's like quiet freedom. And it's the freedom to leave when you're done. The freedom to say no without rehearsing some big speech, and to not fill silence just to ease the tension, and to let people feel however they feel without fixing it. Think Mel Robbins, Let Them. It becomes, I don't want to say easier, but more obvious and overt and simple to let go of people, of situations, of things. Because you are now so attuned, even if it's just slightly attuned at first, to what is your no and what is your yes. And you're able to identify when things that previously were a yes have now gradually shifted to a no. And you act on it. And it's subtle. It's so subtle, but life starts feeling lighter. Like you've been carrying a backpack full of rocks and didn't realize it until you put it down. And with this, again, grief comes. There's always grief whenever you're closing out chapters and moving forward or leaving people behind or situations behind or jobs behind. There's always grief. And people don't like to talk about grief. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. It's one of those icky feelings that everybody says, oh no, just watch something funny and shove it down. Screw that. Don't just watch something funny and shove it down, because that's not processing. That's not dealing with it. Wow, my words are getting tangled up today. That is straight up avoiding. And when we are learning to be present in life, avoidance is not what we do anymore. You may feel the pull to do some avoidance stuff, and that's when you got to rein it in and bring yourself back. It's okay to feel the feels. It's okay to feel the icky feels. It's okay to feel sadness and grief. It's okay to cry. You don't have to have words for it. You can just sit there and feel heavy and low when you have chosen yourself over other people, other situations, whatever it may be. It's okay. It's just a sensation, and you need to honor yourself by feeling it. And not just letting go of other people, but like you might miss those old versions of you sometimes. And not because it was healthier, but because it made life smoother, right? Healing can make life more honest, and honesty can be super inconvenient. But that is also where real connection lives. Because the people who stay aren't responding to your performance anymore. And I've referenced this previously. Canaries in the Coal Mine, great YouTube channel I recommend. She had a phrase that said, love without connection is performance. So I'm going to throw this out there. If you love someone, if you say, I love this person, but you are not truly connected to them and connected to them in an authentic way, allowing them to see you clearly, showing them your ick side, showing them your good side, showing them your shadow side, showing them your light side. Is that real love? Or are you showing them the side of you want them to see, and then you're just performing? Just something to think about. I really can't talk today. So if you've noticed that you can't pretend the way you used to, or that you don't have the energy to play along, or that you're less willing to override yourself, you didn't become difficult. People may label you difficult. Forget that. You became honest. And honesty doesn't always look polished. Sometimes it looks like leaving early or saying no or sitting quietly instead of performing, but it also looks like peace. So healing didn't make you less likable. It made you less willing to trade yourself for approval. And the people who only liked the performance were never really loving you anyway. Just sit with that one for a minute. If somebody only likes you for the way that you perform for them or around them, do they truly love you? Probably not. And while that sucks, better to be aware of it and learn to love yourself so much that you can let that go. So I am going to go back to my evening plans, and I will be back tomorrow for another conversation. You know the drill, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, whatever. That stuff, honestly, doesn't even matter. Just keep listening. Let me know if anything comes up for you. I love seeing comments and getting to engage with you because I am all about genuine connection. I will be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.